Welcome back to Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Jamie's team, tell you a little bit about them, because I haven't really talked too much about them, and I kind of want to. But first, I did want to point out that Jamie did hire 2 new engineers, Zara Petit, I think it's Petit. And then down here we have Novakova, but it's actually Petra. I know it says Y, but she goes by her middle name in the same way that Maggie goes by her middle name. You'll notice that their contract durations are 3 out of 6 championships. That's because I did some free play stuff using my cars, using Jamie's cars, and so it shortens their championship things down, so that's why. But I did re-up Jack here for a little while longer. But I have an interesting story about Jack that will change what I'm saying about him there. Jamie also re-upped Finn here for another couple of championships as well. I was thinking maybe we do this Winter Stages rally. It's in Sweden. That's always fun. It's 4 stages, 2 events of 4 stages each, so we'll probably do 1 event this week and 1 event next week. So, yeah.
Keep it clean. Good drive's going to get us into better championships.
I mean, that is how it goes, yes. Ooh, class leader Rousseau. That's good news. I mean, not necessarily for us, but for Rousseau. And for the narrative arc of these, this rally series. Okay, so the first thing you might notice before I start talking about any of the crew is that I got rid of the progress bar on the side because, as it turns out, I am much more focused on the road when I don't have that thing glowing Christmas colors at me. Although that was not great, I'm going to admit. So that's great. I also have some new sponsors. I probably should have mentioned it sooner, but it's really not that big a deal. We're just, sponsors are going to be coming and going. But I can get up to 25,000 credits by completing all of their ridiculous demands, like winning. Ugh. So much pressure. But they do love giving me money. Like, for no reason at all. I'll get an email from my sponsors and they'll be like, we've really enjoyed a great thing. Here's 20 grand. What? Okay. I mean, it's all good for Jamie. It means she can upgrade her car a little bit more. Oh, right. I upgraded the car a bit, too. That was part of my doing some of the free play champ rally stuff, was just trying to upgrade the car, because the only time you can upgrade the car is right before a rally, and I always forget to do it when I'm actually recording an episode. So I'm not actually, I don't really like the snow. I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway, so oh, remember when I said it helps me pay attention to the road better, that it turned off the progress bar? It does. It doesn't help me drive better, though, paying attention to the road. Oh, Jamie, I am sorry. Actually, you know what? This hasn't been too bad. Okay, this hasn't been too bad. So first I want to talk about Hank. Hank is our lead engineer. Hank is married. He's not super duper old. He's 28, I believe. He told me it once, and I've already forgotten what he said. He's late 20s. He's been married for a few years. He has 2 twin boys that are adorable. But, of course, because he is from Finland, they have names I can't pronounce. I am very sorry, Finnish people who are probably not watching this video. Although I suppose if you're watching this video from Finland, hi! Get off the snow. Thank you. That looked really cool, but it was a terrible turn. So, this is his first, I mentioned this before, but this is his first lead engineer position. Before he was other types of engineers, but so he takes his job very seriously. His family actually comes out when we're in continental Europe. So not Wales, but we're in Spain, when we're here in Sweden. His family comes out to see him comes out to visit him. His boys are young, but cars are cool because they're young boys. So they kind of love it, you know. They're 2, I think. I think they're 2 years old, something like that. And, oh my goodness, drone! You see that drone? It came out, nowhere, and I was complaining about the drone. Oh, right at the end, too. Oh. Can I file a formal complaint? Jamie needs to file a formal complaint on the drones. I'm gonna have a word with her about that.
Awesome result. That was unbeatable.
Well, that's actually good news, because that means we won. Because I don't have the bar, so I don't know. Yeah! Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm very confused. Because in all of my rally testing, the other things, I suck. And all of a sudden here, it's like, no, you're fantastic. It's great. Using the same car. Whatever.
Hey,
The front of the...
better, but it's running fine.
Okay, because I was going to say, the front of the car doesn't look super great.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Jamie went and had a conversation with the drone people after the last stage. There's a dirt sign, really? There's a dirt sign? And she had a word with them, and the drone people basically told her that she should just go sit down and mind her own little girl business. Which she did not take kindly to. So then she went and filed a formal complaint against them, which was... which, of course, is now going to take 6 months to process. So the drone people are still going to be there. Turn! That was close. Okay. So, yeah, it wasn't great. It's weird because, you know, there are quite a few girls racing in the dirt championship. Like, you have Rousseau, there's like 4 or 5 other that well, there's more than that. There's 4 or 5 others that Jamie has met. I haven't really talked about any of them. Most of them haven't had the success that Jamie or Rousseau have had, but they are also they're still human beings. And I imagine that once the drone thing gets around, people will start asking questions about the drone people. Although it's not the first time that drones have just suddenly flown across my screen and distracted me. Or Jamie, rather. It's really frustrating. But let's move on. And I'll tell you a little bit about Jack, the first engineer. So we have lead engineer Hank, and then we have Jack, who we did just re-up a contract for. And then Maggie overheard him talking about maybe leaving after we had just re-upped the contract. Like, I'm re-upping my contract for 6 more championships and then we're done. You know. She didn't like that, so they kind of got into it. You know, she yelled about loyalty. He reminded her that she may be best friends with Jamie, but this is a job for him. Like, he appreciates the job, but it's just a job. And for him, you know, he didn't understand why she would treat him, you know, like, argue about loyalty. They've been together for, like, 8 championships now. It's not even like they've been together for, you know, since 1st grade, like her and Jamie have been. So Jamie stepped in, pulled Maggie away, said, Maggie, you can't talk to him like that. If he really wants to leave, we just got to let him leave. We'll hire a new person. They will be... There are more people we can hire. It's not like it's a big deal, you know. That being said, I don't know much about Jack because Jack doesn't want to tell me anything. I know that he's young.
Through dip.
I know that this is one of his first jobs.
Through dip.
This is his first engineer position job. I know he's not a great engineer.
Left 5.
I've heard other people mention that he's not a great engineer, but he seems like a nice guy, so...
Hey, that went really well. Great stage. Good work.
That means we didn't come in first, I think. Oh, no, we did. Okay. We're still in first. Let's check out the event standings here. Well, I think that we might have a very good chance at coming out of this event in first place, given that we are almost a minute clear of second. You know what I mean? It's, yeah. I don't understand how I am doing so good here and so poorly in the free play stuff that I don't record.
Marshall's got nothing to report. Good luck out there. Five, four, three, two, one, go.
Okay, so, like I said, I'm not...
And left 6.
I think Jack just isn't interested in wanting people to get to know him because he's thinking he might leave. But he, like I said, he seems like a nice guy.
6.
Finn, on the other hand, her
80 over bumps.
second engineer,
Keep left over crest.
who,
Over bumps. 60, left 4.
okay, hang on, hurry, come on. Okay, we got plenty of time. We're plenty of time ahead. It's not that big a deal, but I gotta drive better.
Right 3 through dip. Right 6. Left 6. 60 past junction. Right 6 through dip. 60 left 6 over bumps. Right 5 long. 80.
Okay,
over
so,
bumps.
but Finn,
Left 6.
he is an American. He is from,
4 over crest.
which is part of the reason why Jamie hired him, because
Opens through dip.
she had at that point hired 2 people from Finland, and it wasn't because she wanted to be able to actually be able to pronounce his name or anything. It was just
Into right
she was a little homesick and she felt like Finn
and
might
left 6. 60.
help her. He did not.
And left
Um,
over crests. Right 5 long.
Jamie,
Dip.
Finn won't talk to me.
Left 5.
He just will not talk to me.
Left 6 through dip. Into right 5 over bump.
Jamie
Left 6.
told me
Right 6.
that when she asks him about, where is he from?
Keep
America.
crest. Right 6 over
Okay, where?
200 caution.
America.
Slowing. Crest.
That's
Jump.
that's the way she describes him talking to her.
Crest. Left
And
4.
I really went, really? Okay, sure, why not?
Through dip.
So
Keep left over crest. Jump.
she has decided
And right 4 through
that
dip.
because he won't tell her about his family, she won't, not even like, oh, does he have a wife or a husband or a significant other of any kind,
Right 4.
but
Keep right
does
over
he
crest. Jump.
have a family?
5 over bump.
Does he have a backstory?
Through dips.
And so she has decided, in her own weird, twisted way, I guess, that he just spontaneously began to exist. He sprung up from the ground like some sort of mythological creature.
Left 6.
And I was like, well, he's a good engineer, but do you really think that happened?
Over bumps.
Wouldn't he be a better engineer?
60 right 6 over bumps.
She laughed when I said that.
Over bumps. Crest.
So
Right 6. 60.
the other 2 engineers are new, as I've mentioned. Don't know much about them yet,
Through dip.
so I'll have to tell you about them in another episode. Just that their names are Zara and Petra.
Crest. Line. Through dip. 60.
Both of them came at the recommendation of Rousseau.
Left 5.
But Jamie also wanted to hire some girls. She felt like it was getting to be a bit of a dude fest.
Left 4. And
Not that there's anything wrong with,
and right 5.
male mechanics, because obviously that's the stereotype.
Left 6 long.
She just wanted to balance it out, I guess would be a good way to put it.
Crest. 60.
Yeah, let's fly down this hill. Why not?
Crest. Hair. Crest. Right 3 through dip. Tight.
So-
2. Crest.
So I don't know much about them,
80. Left 4.
except that they're good engineers and that they wanted a lot more money than the other engineers wanted when they started.
Long. Through dips.
So we're paying a lot more out.
Left
But we also might just lose some engineers at the end of their contracts, too. She told me she wasn't sure about them yet because they hadn't been around for too long. She'll make that decision at a later date.
To finish.
And we're done.
Take her slow to the control.
Okay, we're done with this stage. There's still one more stage. Okay, let's see what she says here.
Awesome result. That was unbeatable.
Unbeatable is good. That windshield's pretty cracked, though.
Awesome. Looks like everything's running well today.
Good. I mean, there appears to be some separation between a lot of the parts of my car, but okay. Also, the recording crashed. The recording stopped right at the end of that race, so there's a reason why all of a sudden we just jumped to here. You didn't miss much except that we're still very far ahead in this event. So the last person I want to talk about is Hope, Jamie's manager, who has never liked me being anywhere near Jamie at any point during her adventures here in Dirt 4. Since she was hired, because remember, she wasn't Jamie's first she wasn't Jamie's first agent, manager, whatever. The first guy wasn't working out, so Jamie canned him and got a new one, who was so much better. And like, she's a very good manager, agent, whatever. But she does not want to talk to me, and she doesn't really want Jamie telling me anything, or Maggie, or anybody talking to me. Which I think is weird, because it's not like they're the ones watching these videos. They don't know this YouTube channel exists. Yeah. I see those logs, thank you. So, but what was really interesting was when I asked her after the Rallycross episode, I was tired of her giving me the cold shoulder. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to talk to her about some stuff. I'm just going to ask her about herself, you know? So I did, and then she would not shut up. And I guess it's a good thing, because now she doesn't hate my presence. Was it because I wasn't asking her about herself? I mean, I don't think she has an ego or anything. Maybe she felt left out. I wasn't asking about any of the other engineers either. Any of the other crew. It was not really a big jump. I could have sworn Maggie said big jump. Anyway, so Hope, she is 31. So she's the oldest in, as far as I know, she's the oldest in Jamie's little crew. She's been doing this for a very long time and had come out of her previous relationship, her previous agent relationship, really just not thrilled with the whole being a agent, manager, whatever. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand the difference between an agent and a manager, which is why I don't really know. I know technically it's called an agent, but I don't know the difference. So anyway, wow, I feel like I haven't finished telling you anything about Hope, so that was a shorter one, and now I feel bad. I feel like I've shortchanged Hope, so next time we'll talk about Hope more. I believe that says event standings first. Let's just verify that. Yes, that is first place. Okay. Okay. So I got everything but one, so I start at 21,000. That's good. Let's see. Well, that was the first half of the Winter Stages rally. Next time, I'll try and finish telling you a little bit more about Hope, because she's a fairly fascinating human being. But this has been Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more Dirt 4.